Sport Television. I'm Randy Reinhardt. For the 15th year, this man has been by my side. The one, the only, Wayne Hare.
Some dry weather, and we got a lot of new faces. Should be an exciting year for the Clippers.
I'm trying to get over 15 years, first of all. Hey, let's take a look at Indianapolis. The Indians are the AAA affiliate to the Milwaukee Brewers. Their manager is Steve Smith. Last year, he was a coach with the Seattle Mariners. Now, this squad is 10-5 on the season. They lead the Clippers by a game in the IL West. And on the mound tonight for the Indians will be Jeff D'Amico.
And D'Amico is a big right-handed pitcher, 6'7", 250. Has a history of shoulder problems, so it's a great fastball, 90 miles per hour. Follows that with the curve, slider, and change. And if he gets healthy, he can be tough. And the Indians took the first two games of this series in a doubleheader on Saturday night. Now for the Clippers, Trey Hillman back again to run things for Columbus. The squad 8-5 on the season. And on the mound tonight for Columbus is Denny Lael. Here's a guy who's had success at A-ball, at Double-A. Here he is in Triple-A. He beat Toledo the other night. He throws all four pitches, too. He's got a great changeup, which makes his fastball sneaky fast. And if he's around the plate, he can be very good.
And most importantly tonight, Wayne, hamburgers are just 10 cents, courtesy of White Castle.
We're always out here when they're serving cheap food, and we'll have our fair share. I know that.
And we're cheap people, that's why. Should be a great one tonight between Columbus and Indianapolis. Coming up, we'll talk to a couple of the Clippers. That and more on our pregame show. You're watching Central Ohio Sports Television.
Not so good.
Yeehaw. You know that little red ball from way back when? Well, the lottery's bringing him back again. He's coming to town and he's bringing his friends just 7 little balls before there were 10. Now, this is big news that's sure to please. That red ball's popping up more, you see. So there's more cash for you and me. All you gotta do is pick the right 3.
The Ohio Lottery's Red Ball is back, now with less balls and more winners.
Red Ball's back better than before. Play the Pick 3 game that wins you.
Make a break for McDonald's.
Introducing great breaks from McDonald's. Now every Monday you can enjoy a tempting hamburger for just 39 cents. Wednesdays our classic cheeseburger is just 49 cents. And any day of the week you can sink your teeth into an irresistible double cheeseburger for just 99 cents. Those are the breaks. Mondays, Wednesdays, and every day.
You deserve a break today. Did somebody say McDonald's?
People have come to expect the finest quality and best selection from Kroger. That's what makes us a value leader. But when we add convenient locations, the widest variety of frozen foods, fine quality meats cut just the way you want, the freshest selection of quality baked goods and dairy products, warm, friendly service, double manufacturer's coupons, and over 6,000 special red tag prices every day. That's what makes us your total value leader.
Clippers baseball on Sport TV, proudly presented by Budweiser, by Kroger, by McDonald's, by the Ohio Lottery, by Time Warner Communications, and by Inside Communications. What a gorgeous shot. Cooper Stadium and baseball action coming your way on Central Ohio Sport TV for yet another season. Randy Reinhardt, Wayne Hare, statistician as always, and Steve Bassford. A great night for baseball. Game time conditions, well, Wayne, we look at the temp, it's about 64 degrees. The wind may be a factor, though, tonight.
Yeah, it's blowing out to left field, Randy, so if the right-handers get it up in the air or hook it around the foul pole out there, they'll get some help. I'm ready to go. I'll tell you what, a lot of new faces. Clippers right in the hunt early going. We've had some bad weather, but now it looks like this week's going to be dry. So good time to come on down, bring the family down, and watch some baseball.
Yeah, the Clippers have 5 games that were rained out. They have yet to make those up this season. 2 are made up already, so the Columbus Clippers will have quite a stretch drive. A young team, but doing pretty well so far in the West early on. We said this is a big contest because Indianapolis leads things in the West at 10-5. Then it's Louisville at 10-6. The Clippers are in 3rd place at 8-5, and Toledo nowhere to be found right now at 4-9 on the season. Had a chance to talk to a couple of the Clippers. We'll do that before every contest here on Sport TV. The first guy we spoke to was Mike Coolbaugh, playing shortstop for Columbus. And I asked him, Mike, is this the biggest turnover you've seen on a team in just one season?
Yeah, there's a lot of new faces this year. For me, it's not that unusual because I've been around for the, from team to team the last few years, and for me, that's normal. But from last year, I think I'm the only free agent that signed back.
Talking with Clippers shortstop Mike Coolbaugh. And Mike, last season, you were hitting about 180 for the first 2 months of the season. Then you turned it on in July. What turned it around for you?
Well, it just seemed like I was pressing. Being with a new team, you want to impress and show the new manager what you can and can't do. But you just try too hard and get out of your game. And my game is the alleys, and I try to just hit everything out of the park, and got me in a lot of trouble. And you've been hot ever since. Right now, you're playing shortstop. You're a jack of many trades and a master of many as well, too. Do you like playing shortstop right now? I love it. I'm having a ball out there. You have a lot more freedom at shortstop to move around, and you're involved in more plays than you are at third. But I enjoy playing, so if they put me at catcher, I'd play. I don't mind where I play. I just want to get in there, get some at-bats, and have some fun. In fact, you can do that, but I understand your favorite position to play is actually second base? Yeah, I enjoy second. I played a lot there with Toronto when I was coming up, but I've since played third base like maybe the last 4 or 5 years, and so I've settled in there. But I really enjoy the middle of the infield because you're just involved in more of the game. You see the signs, you know what the hitter's doing. You get involved in relays and relay throws, so it's a lot of fun. Now, be honest. Third base was your least favorite position to play, wasn't it? Yeah, it is. It really is. And that's where I've been for a lot of years. And it's been a hard transition for me because I've always grown up being a middle infielder. But that's something I need to learn to settle in more as, because that's the type of player that I am, a third and first baseman. But trying to show them that I can play second and short as a utility player. Mike, finally, realistic goals for this team. What can this squad do in the year 2000? Well, I think we have a very good squad this year. Last year we had we have a lot of hitting last year. Just every guy down the lineup could hit a home run, could hit for average, do a lot of things at the plate. We had a little trouble with our starting pitching last year. It got us in some trouble where we had some high-scoring games. But this year we have a lot more pitching as far as starting goes, and I think they're going to keep us in every game. And as long as we come through with a few hits, we'll be fine. He started the season last year hitting 180 and then upped it to 276 by the end of the year. So figure that out. The last 3.5 months of the campaign, he hit about 400 on the season for the Clippers. Your umpires behind the plate is Pat McGinnis. Down at first it is Scott Packard. And your third base umpire is Mike Billings in this contest tonight here at Cooper Stadium. Well, we had 2 interviews in the pregame. One was Mike Coolbaugh. The other guy we had a chance to sit down and talk to was the right fielder for the Clippers, Luke Wilcox. Here's a guy that started his career in the Yankees organization. Most recently was with Tampa Bay and their organization. And I asked him before this game, I said, Luke, how does it feel to be back in the Yankees organization?
It's nice to be back after 2 years off, putting up the numbers in the Devers organization, being sent back to AA 2 years in a row. It was frustrating, and when they got a chance to get me back, the Yankees showed a lot of interest, so I was ecstatic to get a chance to come back here and work with Trey.
Now, Luke Wilcox, you have a sense of history, I know, with your manager, Trey Hillman. Didn't you team together a couple years ago in Arizona?
Actually, this is my 4th year with Trey. I was with Trey in '96 in the Florida State League, '97 in Norwich. Then we went out to Venezuela together for that winter. '98 we were in the Arizona Fall League, and then this year. '99 is my only full season that I haven't been with Trey.
Describe him as a manager.
Trey is a great fundamental manager. He works wonderful with the people. He's very approachable. He knows the game inside and out, and it makes a good working environment to come play for.
Now, you hit 29 homers last year on 2 different levels in the Tampa Bay organization. What thought process do you go through when you're at the plate? Are you thinking homer every time?
When I'm at the plate, no. When I'm at the plate, I'm just trying to make contact. If I go in thinking homer, then my swing gets longer than it should, and I end up dragging the bat and popping up a lot. When I just go up there nice and relaxed and trying to hit singles and doubles, hit the ball into the gap, then I'm better luck at driving the ball to the park.
Now, Luke, this is a very young team. How good can this team be by the end of the season?
I think the team can be very good. By the end of the season, we have a lot of young talent, like you said. I think just going to have to used to seeing the pitching, seeing a different type of pitchers, a different approach that pitchers have of coming at hitters. And once they make the adjustments and learn that it's a little bit different game, these guys would rather throw 3 pitches in an inning and end it. They'll realize that they can compete and perform well at this level.
Now, Luke is in the middle of Big Ten country right now. And Mr. Wilcox, I have to ask you this. You were born in Lansing, Michigan, but you went to Western Michigan, the land of the Broncos. Do you feel any of that aura, though, after the Spartans win the national championship in basketball?
I was loving it. I was loving the whole tournament. I grew up, probably 20 minutes outside of Lansing, so I had to root for Michigan State. When I go home in the off season, I stay with my father-in-law's for a couple of years, and he's right there on the outskirts of campus. So it was just, it was mayhem. My wife was just trying to stay out of the way because she knew I was so far into the tournament I couldn't be reached.
Luke, good luck this season.
Thank you very much.
Luke Wilcox. And now we honor America with our national anthem. A dramatic performance of our national anthem by Chip Stalter here tonight at Cooper Stadium as the Clippers get ready to take on the squad from Indianapolis. All right, Clippers at 8-5, Indy at 10-5. Here's your batting order for the Indians tonight in this contest. Leading it off at short is Santiago Perez. Hitting second is the left fielder Lou Collier. Batting third, the DH, Brad Tyler. Hitting cleanup, the third baseman, that is Jose Fernandez. Batting number 5 and playing first base, a former Clipper first baseman, Kurt Berry. Hitting sixth and catching, number 39, Creighton Gubanic. Batting number 7, the right fielder, Scott Krause. Hitting field is Damon Hollins, and batting ninth, the second baseman in this contest for the Indians tonight, that is Mickey Lopez. And on the mound for the Clippers is Jerry Dennis Lale, a.k.a. Denny Lale. There you see his vital stats out of Catawba, North Carolina. And want to know on the season, a guy that's got the fastball, curve, the slider, and the change. If you picked his pitches 1-2, you'd go with the fastball first and then the change. And Wayne, he works up and down and in and out and can get the ground ball or the strikeout when he's got all the movements.
Yeah, he's not going to overpower you. He's going to get that ground ball, get the double play when he needs it. He's going to have to get the calls on the corner, on the knees, as you say, works the ball in and out, up and down. And he's sneaky fast because he throws that good change and he lulls the batter to sleep a little bit, and then he'll bust that fastball in and get the ground ball.
And Wayne, take a look at the defense for the Clippers behind Lale in this contest tonight.
Looks like Chris Turner will be in left, Kerry Robinson in center, Luke Wilcox in right, Donnie Leon at third base, Mike Coolball at short, J.P. Roberge at second, John Zuber over at first, Battery Leal pitching, and Victor Valencia will do the catching.
Thanks to Mr. Coolball and Mr. Wilcox for their time in the open, too. Wilcox is quite a character, too, as we said, raised in Lansing, so he had some ties to the Spartans and had some good input there, and just happy to be back in the Yankees organization. And Coolball is a guy that kind of like the Clay Ballinger of this team this season. You know, he can play just about any position. In fact, in spring training, did play every position except pitch.
And that'll be his ticket back to the big leagues if he can be a utility man who not only can play third, short, or second, but even at first, maybe fill in on an emergency catch, play the outfield in the corners, left and right. That'll be his ticket back, much like Clay Bellinger, seeing a lot of time for the Yankees right now.
Perez, a switch hitter to lead it off, batting from the left side against the right-hander Lale in the first offering. Inside, want to know the count. You know, the Indians haven't seen much time either. We talked about the fact that they played that double dip on Saturday. Everybody rested on Easter, but before that, their last contest was on Tuesday. The 1-0 driven to right field. Speaking of Wilcox, he goes back and is there with the long arms to make the catch. 2 pitches, 1 out.
Perez hit that one right on the nose. Of course, we saw him last year in Louisville. And don't be confused, the Louisville club moved to Indianapolis, and these are really the Brewer farmhands, and he had a pretty good year at shortstop for Gary Allenson last year in Louisville, and he's hit off to a great start at .373 this year.
In essence, they just flopped between the Reds and Milwaukee, and there you see Luke Collier, Sweet Lou at the plate. Last year between Louisville and Milwaukee, hit .385 in Louisville and .259 for the Brewers, combining for 6 homers and knocking in 32. 0-1 the count on the guy that's playing left field. Speaking of utility guys, here's another guy that plays a number of roles for the squad out of Indianapolis. It sounds weird to say they're the Milwaukee farmhands, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, we're going to have to get used to that. I'm sure we'll make that mistake before it's over tonight.
Strike on the inside corner from Lale. It's now 0-2 the count on Collier with Tyler to follow here. Top of the first. If you're in the neighborhood and you're watching live on Sport TV, we'd like you to stay on. But if you want to come on down and get some 10-cent burgers, be our guest. Coolball, who we talked to in the open, with a throw in time, 2 down. So that's a 6-3 if you're scoring at home. That'll bring up Brad Tyler.
And that's all you want out of Coolball at short. If he can just make the routine play, doesn't have to be fancy. Just field the ball cleanly, make a good throw, make the routine play. Clippers will do fine with him at short. Take a look at the replay. Charges this ball nicely. Traps it on the short hop, and he rounds that ball a little bit so his momentum's moving toward first base when he throws it.
Another former great infielder in the Yankees history is here tonight. In fact, Greg Nettles has been working with Donnie Leon, who's down at third for Columbus, and Nettles is in the house tonight, actually in the dugout. working with Donnie for the last couple of days. The 1-0. That one is inside outed. Sliced foul down the third base line. We'll do it again at 1-1. Tyler with .361 his average on the season. You can see what his on base percentage is. A guy that when you look at him, good outfielder. Swiped 18 bases last year. Fell to 21 homers. So he's got some power and some speed as well too. And there's a called strike. 1-2 the count on Tyler. Fernandez would be next.
Tyler, the veteran on this club, 31 years old. Played a lot in the Braves organization.
We saw him in Richmond. In fact, we saw him in Rochester as well in the Orioles organization. Pump up to short left center field, and look at Coolbaugh trying to come up with it. He cannot, and that'll allow Tyler to get on with 2 outs here in the top of the first. They're going to score that a base hit. Tough play for a guy that normally plays third and some second, but Coolbaugh did the best he could, ranging out into short left center field, trying to make that catch.
I think that's Turner's ball. I think he got a slow jump, but he's got to try to make that play. He might have been playing a little bit too deep. And he got a late jump on it, and that's the out. That's a left fielder's ball on that one.
Well, again, you're talking about Turner playing left field, a guy that is naturally a catcher,
right,
but plays in the outfield as well, too. You got a lot of guys that are very versatile out there for the Clippers, as is, say, John Zuber down at first base. So here's Fernandez with 1 on and 2 down at the top of the first. See how Leon handles the situation with a runner on. We'll check his movement to first, too, because we have not had a chance to see him here on Central Ohio Sport Television. For that matter, we haven't seen most of these Clippers, because it is a new squad from last season. Oh, that's the interesting thing when you look at the makeup of this team, Wayne. I think the Yankees organization said we've got a lot of good young players that need time. Let's move them through the system and not sign as many 6-year free agents.
Right, and mix in a few veterans who actually almost made the Yankee squad. When you talk about Zuber and Felix Jose, let's mix them in and then help the ball club out.
Foul pop, speaking of Zuber, first base side, near the stands, on the track, and the catch is made by Zuber, and that'll do it. Now they get a hit, they strand one, and we have played half an inning, and we are scoreless between Indianapolis and your Clippers, and you're watching Central Ohio Sport Television.
Mouth-watering reasons to buy them by the sack. Hey, make that 11. White Castle. What you crave.
There's a place where motion picture entertainment is never ending. A place filled with captivating stories and Hollywood's brightest stars. A place of imagination and spellbinding effects, where emotions are experienced and memories relived again and again. A place where drama, excitement, and danger live side by side 24 hours a day. That place is Time Warner. With so much value at the touch of a button, why would you look to anyone else?
Nice crowd here at Cooper Stadium as we go to the bottom half of the first inning of play. Scoreless between the Indians and the Clippers on Central Ohio Sport Television. India 10-5 on the season, tops in the IL West. The Clippers a game back at 8-5 from third place, sandwiched in between those River Bats of Louisville. Time now to check out the batting order for the hometown heroes. Leading it off tonight, getting a rare start, Kerry Robinson will play center field. Hitting second, the second baseman, J.P. Roberge. Hitting third, the first baseman, John Zuber. Batting cleanup, the DH, Felix Jose. Batting number 5, a guest of the pregame show, Luke Wilcox. Another guest of the pregame show hits number 6, the shortstop, Mike Coolbaugh. Hitting 7th and playing third, Donnie Leon. Hitting number 8 and playing left field is Chris Turner, and batting 9th and catching is Victor Valencia. And there is a tall man on the mound right there, and Jeff D'Amico, the starting pitcher for the squad from Indianapolis tonight. You see his vital stats and his numbers on the campaign. Here's a guy with a fastball, the curve, the change, and the slider. Fastball peaks around 90 miles an hour, but didn't see a lot of time last season. Wayne, you alluded to the fact that he had some shoulder problems. In fact, that kept him out of the game back in '93 and '94 as well. It was a matter of having enough strength in his shoulder, and he's hoping that he'll be ready to go for the entire 2000 campaign.
Well, it says he's healthy. We'll see what happens here.
First pitch to Robinson, misses 1-0. We should mention, too, that our home plate umpire, Pat McGinnis, is mic'd, and that should be entertaining throughout this contest. Give us great insight as well. The 1-0. Nub, right side, scooped up by Lopez. And just like that, one down for the Clippers in the home half of inning number 1.
Good hard sinker there. And Robinson pounding the ground to second. You notice the catcher yelled, "Get over there." You could hear about it. When the ball hits the right side, he's got to yell at the pitcher to get over to cover first.
Defensively, there's the setup with Collier, Hollins, and Krause in the outfield. Across the infield, Fernandez, Perez, Lopez, and Barrick. Behind the plate, Dubonic. On the mound, D'Amico, the starting pitcher tonight for the Indians. And number 2 in the order for the Clippers is J.P. Roberge. Last year at Omaha, hit .314 with 13 knocks, drove in 66. 2 years ago in Albuquerque for the Dukes, hit .303. So this guy has got the pop, and kind of a platoon situation at second base right now, Wayne, for the Clippers between this gentleman and Carlos Garcia, who had some years in the bigs, some good time, especially with the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah, and a credit to Trey, too. He'll get all of them some at-bats and keep them fresh and get them some reps, so they're in there when somebody gets injured, they'll help the club out.
Popped up left side, shortstop gloves. Perez there for the play. 2 down here in the home half of inning number 1. So just like that,
a little bit.
Yeah, 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up John Zuber. You talked about one of the veterans, or at least a veteran when it comes to playing baseball, not with the Clippers, obviously, but this guy was with the Red Barons, it seems like, forever.
Yeah, he's just a good hitter, a professional hitter. A 300 hitter in this league for 5 or 6 years, and here he is with the Clippers, and off to a little bit of a slow start, but I'm sure he'll come around. Too good a hitter to keep him down long.
And the first offering from D'Amico is a fastball high and tight. 1-0 the count. Yeah, in fact, when you look at the Clippers are hitting but .249 as a team, and actually, Wayne, they have upped that 19 points in the last week, so it says a lot about where they were and where they're going toward. 1-0 to Zuber. Fastball pops outside. 2-0.
And John Zuber almost made the Yankee club as that left-handed bat off the bench to pinch hit, but they went with the speed and Lance Johnson.
Yep, a late acquisition. He was the last guy, the 2-0. In fact, of course, Johnson was a guy that had a chance with the Indians throughout all of spring training pretty much and couldn't stick. Roberts couldn't stick, and lo and behold, Kenny Lofton winds up still being the center fielder.
Amazing comeback. How quick that was.
That is something else. The 3-0 to Zuber. Pops a fastball on the corner in there. 3-1 the count on the guy playing first base for Columbus tonight. The bottom tier of lights now on here at the coop. We've got one nasty cloud about to be engulfed by some friendly skies all around that. So if you're in the neighborhood, come on down to the coop, and there's ball 4 for Zuber. And don't forget, 10-cent hamburgers tonight. And Wayne Hare might even stake you to that first burger tonight. He's feeling pretty generous.
I am, but we get him in the press box free still. That was part of our contract, wasn't it?
Take a look at ball 4.
There's a good tailing fastball, but it misses up and away, and Zuber's on. Well, I'll tell you, managers hate those 2-out walks. They hate any walks for that matter, but here it keeps the inning alive, brings the cleanup hitter to the plate, and Felix Jose, who's probably the hottest hitter in the Clipper lineup right now.
And when you talk to Trey Hillman about Felix Jose, he says this is the youngest 34-year-old you've ever seen in your life, not only from a body standpoint, but from an attitude standpoint, too, because he's a guy that keeps everybody loose around the clubhouse. He was curling 50-pound dumbbells with one hand down in Charlotte like they were nothing, he said. Oh. And that one is driven to center field. Going back, Holland still going back, looking up, and it is out of here. There's the strength we alluded to, and just like that, the Clippers on top by a count of 2-0 as Felix Jose gets homer number 4 and RBIs 14 and 15.
Well, I remember him in the big leagues being a pretty good hitter, a lot of strength. He drove that first fastball right over the center field wall, actually to the left center field wall there. Probably went about 430, and right away the Clippers are up 2-0.
Nice start for Columbus here in the first inning, and nothing fancy about that one. Just poked that one out towards center field, and Hollins went back as far as he could and said the only guy that has a chance for that is the Sport TV cameraman, who's about 415 feet away from home plate. So it's 2-0 Clippers, and here's Luke Wilcox. Clippers have done a good job with the dingers. We'll touch on that in just a second. And there's a drive to left center field. Hollins going back, still going back near the warning track, makes the catch, side retired. That was a long, noisy out, but the Clippers get a homer. Jose gets his 4th of the campaign. Zuber scores ahead, and there's the sweet swing of the 34-year-old. Yeah, he is still young, isn't he? 2-0, the count. Back with more on Sport TV right after this. Stay tuned.
It's a new, easy-to-use on-screen guide, better channels, and more choices. Plus, a picture so clear it mirrors real life. And CD-quality sound so precise, you'll feel like you're really there. All from your cable service, with no additional equipment to buy. When you want the best picture and
sound available, it can only be called one thing.
Digital.
Digital cable from Time Warner Communications. Welcome to What's Next.
At Cartoon Network, we love our customers. And we know you love the Powerpuff Girls. Now we want to make your dreams come true with 15% off the new Powerpuff Girls merchandise at Warner Brothers Studio stores everywhere. So grab your cable bill and hurry to the Warner Brothers Studio store before May 15th for 15% off Buttercup, Blossom, and Bubbles gear.
Take your Inside Communications cable TV bill to one of these Warner Brothers Studio store locations and receive 15% off Powerpuff Girls merchandise.
So Denny Lail has a comfort zone as we go to the top of the second inning of play. Clippers on top of the Indians by a count of 2-0 thanks to that home run by Felix Jose, and he's back for another season. He's looking very stoic though this evening. No signs tonight?
Where's the signs?
No signs.
He didn't know. He forgot we're on TV tonight. He's on TV.
Oh, he'll have one. He'll be on the side of a popcorn box before this contest is over, I'm sure. I'll tell you what, we were touching on the long balls by the Clippers. They've now hit 9 of their 16 homers in the last 4 1/9 games, so to speak. So 4+ contests. So they've gone long often here in the last week or so. And they're up 2-0 as we go to the top of the second inning of play. And it's weird to say that Kurt Barrick's at the plate and he's not hitting for the Clippers, but he will lead it off for the Indians here in the top of the second.
Well, Kurt had a big year for us last year and a 6-year free agent and chose to sign with the Brewers, where he thought he might have a better chance to get to the big leagues.
And the first offering from Lail. Misses off the corner, 1-0. Barrick, a guy still with a sweet swing, although struggling somewhat to start this year. Had a 3-2 bases loaded 2-out base hit to beat Toledo last week. Got a piece of that one. Evens things now at a ball and a strike.
That was his pitch there. He's a good low ball hitter, good low fastball hitter. Can he get his arms extended and really just kind of golf that ball out of the ballpark.
And there's the pup, so to speak, of the catchers behind the plate for the Clippers in Valencia. A great young talent, good power, and one of 3 catchers along with Wilson and Turner. Nubbed. Lail rapidly off the mound to his left. In time, 1 down.
Now that was easy. Get the good sinker. I really like him out on the mound, Randy. He's moving the ball around. He's confident with all 4 pitches. And he looks like he's going to take charge. He's going to throw strikes. And when you throw strikes, keep your infielders and outfielders on the toes. They're going to make better plays for you.
Last year, Denny was 1-3 at Tampa with a 2.08 ERA, and at Norwich he was 5-0 with the Navigators, an ERA of 1.74. So you alluded to it, Wayne. He had a microscopic ERA last season. Here's Creighton Gubanek. Gubanek is hitting .250 on the season with 1 knock, and he's driven in 8 runs. He saw time with the Red Sox last year, as in Boston. Now he's listed at 200 pounds, but if he's 200 pounds, then I'm about 320. Fastball, low and inside. He goes closer to about 220.
I think 220 is a little generous. I'm going 245.
Goes any higher, I'd sell. The 1-1. Nubs that one at the plate, foul territory. We'll do it again at 1-2.
Creighton Gubanek plague.
Can play first base or catch. Thank you very much. Da-da-da. How about that guy that named his kid after ESPN? Did you see that?
No, I didn't. I missed that.
Yeah. Kid in Michigan. Michigan has the name, I think it's SB.
So his name's SB Reinhardt or
No,
ESPN
no.
Reinhardt? What are you talking about?
That's his first name, yeah. The mother was so proud. The 2-2. Stopped by Valencia. Count is now full on Gubanek at 3-2. Kraus would follow. We're in the top of the second. Clippers already up 2-0 in this contest. If you're just joining us, Felix Jose went deep for the 4th time this season. Before that, Zuber had walked with 2 outs, and that's why the Clippers lead by a count of 2-0. And after being ahead of the count, Lail loses him, and Gubanek gets a free pass with 1 down in the second inning.
I'm sure he didn't want to walk him, but he just missed outside. Probably threw for the outside half of the plate. Missed outside by about 4 or 5 inches.
And here's Kraus. By the way, the manager for the squad is Steve Smith. He is coaching down at third. He was a coach with the Mariners last season. And Luis Salazar. Remember him? I saw him a lot. He played with the Cubs. He's coaching down at first.
And the former manager of this club, of course, it was in Louisville last year's Gary Allenson. He's coaching first base for the Brewers.
That's right. Remember what Gary told us too. So after coaching last year in Louisville, there's no way in the world he would go back to Louisville because of the old stadium that they had and because of the crowd response to the team.
Now they got the new ballpark down there, but of course there's a pretty new ballpark in Indianapolis. Been over there yet?
Have not been to Victory Field.
Got to get over there.
Victory Field, ironically, was the original name of the old facility that they used to have that we knew for so often as Busch Stadium for so many years. So that's how they got the name. They went back to the original name of the old facility, which I think was first built back in the 1930s before it was renovated. And of course, it had kind of that Wrigley Field motif in the outfield. Remember the brick wall with the vines growing up there and everything? It was really a lovely place.
Thank you, Regis Philbin.
Thank you very much. Final answer? I'm going to put a lifeline around your neck in about a minute. The 1-2 to Kraus. Kind of leaving things at 2-2. This is what happens when you're together for 15 years, folks.
Well, Leo looking for that ground ball here to turn 2. Kraus, the big right fielder, came out of the University of New Orleans 2 years ago, had a great year. Thought he might get a shot at the big leagues. Last year, not so good.
The 2-2. Might have gotten a piece of that one, but into the net of Valencia, and that's the second out here in the second inning. Yeah, the power numbers dipped for Kraus from 26 homers in 98 to 15 in 99. Take a look at strike 3.
And here's where Leo is sneaky fast. Look at him run this ball. Look how it moves. Look how it tails in on his hands. And the big righty can't get his arms extended, can't handle it. Strike 3.
2 down, and here is Damon Hollins, the center fielder. And late on that swing, Wayne, we talk about guys that have to manufacture things and work on their short game. I think Damon Hollins is a prime example of that.
Yeah, he needs to get on base more and learn to bunt. He's got great speed. Played last year for the Reds in Indianapolis. And now he stayed in Indianapolis with the Brewer Farm Club.
See out of California, and you see his numbers so far this season. And he's one of those rare mixes in that he throws with his left hand, but bats from the right-hand side of the plate.
Not too many. Cleon Jones comes to mind. You probably can't. Other than a few pitchers, you probably can't name any others.
Cleon Jones and the Mays Mets. Swoboda in the game. The 1-1. I can still see that catch in the outfield. And Gil Hodges almost smiling.
Yep. Great catch in right center. That diving catch by Swoboda to save the '69 series.
1-2. With 2 down. A runner at first. And Gibonic. Ball. Looking for the corner. Can't nibble. It evens things at 2-2.
This actually feels nice out here. I can't believe it. Probably low 60s, high 50s. Wind, slight breeze now coming in from left field.
With the loss of the sun, we've probably dropped about 3 or 4 degrees. And that one also misses off the corner. Is Denny being too fine on the corner right now?
I think so. I think he's especially lower in the order when you got 7, 8, 9. You can't walk these guys. You got to make them put it in play. Again, he's not a strikeout pitcher. You got Kraus with a good fastball. He's got to come in here with a fastball.
But remember, he blew a fastball by Hollins on the first pitch. Let's see if he goes back to that. We'll see where Hollins sets up after you check Gubonic, the runner down at first, and being held by Zuber.
He's running
right down the middle. And it's a fastball. And Robinson drifts to his left. That thing just hangs forever. And he lopes to the ball with plenty of time. Those long strides, and that'll do it. They strand one. We have played 1.5. And the hometown heroes on top 2-0. You're watching Clipper Baseball exclusively on Central Ohio Sports Television.
Let's use this piñata to show why kids under 12 don't belong in the front seat.
Hey, that piñata looks like me.
Really? I hadn't noticed. Hey, look, Vince. Candy.
Yeah, all jawbreakers.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your kids in the back seat.
Mark the beginning of a new millennium with an explosion of color and sound from your headquarters for fireworks specialties, the Hamburg Fireworks Factory Outlet. The year 2000 brings spectacular fireworks and savings with over 500 different items in stock in our 4,000 square foot showroom at a guarantee to meet or beat any advertised price in Ohio. Remember, we're the only licensed and complete line dealer in the area, and we accept all major credit cards. Be safe. See the professionals at Hamburg Fireworks Factory Outlet, just 4 miles south of Lancaster on Route 33.
One day these rats were playing in the woods. Wanted some matches and that's no good. So if the gorgeous force is what you decide, don't play with matches, don't play with fire. Yeah.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Fire.
Welcome back to Cooper Stadium. A gorgeous shot of the skyline of Columbus, the lovely Levesque Tower, and the lovely
Tower.
Lucille.
State Office Tower. Somebody got some flowers.
What a special night. 10-cent burgers. You think those are 10-cent flowers? I think not.
Oh, they look pretty nice.
A little more expensive than that.
You might take a bouquet like that home. You might make some points.
I could. And then again, you're the guy that needs to make points. From what I hear, you've been in the doghouse for a long time. You and I have been together longer than you and your wife, have we not?
Let's see. I got to figure that one out.
15 years.
15 years. 85.
Oh, by months.
By months.
We're ahead.
Yeah.
And you still don't clean up your bedroom. We go to the bottom of the second inning of play for the Clippers. Cool ball, Leon, and Turner to face D'Amico. And Wayne will have to see how he bounces back after giving up that 2-run homer to Felix Jose.
He's got Jeff Juden size, doesn't he? 6'7", 250.
And hopefully
another
not his
former,
attitude.
yeah, another former. Where'd Jeff end up? Anywhere?
Saturn, I think. Back to his home planet. Here's Coolbaugh to lead it off.
He was a character. I don't know if he was very good for the clubhouse. Or the dugout.
Well, we can talk freely because I don't think he's around.
I hope he's not listening. If he is, Randy said it.
That last name is spelled H-A-R-E-R. Want to know the count on Coolbaugh. We talked to in the open. You talked about his feelings, Wayne, what it was like. And then you heard from him as well on what he had to say about being with his squad with all the turnover they've had. And here's a guy you really have to focus on, I think, is one of the leaders for the Clippers here in the 2000 campaign.
Oh, definitely, especially one of the few guys who are back here from last year and a veteran and can play just about anywhere. He'll anchor that left side. Of course, if Soriano comes back, he'll get the shortstop job, and Mike will have to go back to the corner.
Fair ball to third. Scooped up the long throw in time by Fernandez, and Coolbaugh's the first out here in the second inning. So one down, and that'll bring up the third baseman for the Clippers, Donnie Leon.
Nice little off balance throw there by Fernandez as Coolbaugh got jammed. Look, he throws it off balance off his left foot and throws a strike over to the first base, one out.
Good arm too.
Yeah.
Here's Leon, and Donnie's a guy that we touched on, a switch hitter, and getting some tips from Greg Nettles. And when you talk about guys defensively down at third, I don't think you can go much better than that. Obviously, a guy like Nettles and Brooks Robinson come to mind when you think about great defensive third baseman. Even Mike Schmidt, too, for his glove while he played. Although a lot of people think more about his prowess at the plate. The 1-0 to Donnie. This time that swing 1-1. And I guess the one thing you have to work on with confidence with a young kid, too, is your lateral movement when you're playing the bag out there.
Yeah, he needs to work on his range over there. And of course, in expanding his range, still fielding the ball and making that good throw.
1-1 is a fastball that sinks low and inside. 2-1.
Switch hitter with some promise, though. Last year in Double-A, 21 home runs, 100 RBIs. So he kind of hit himself onto the prospect list. Good young prospect here, third base, Donnie Leon. Looks like The Rock, doesn't he, the wrestler?
The 2-1.
Take
I'm
a look at
sorry,
that.
I'm too mature for that stuff.
Yeah, get a close-up up there.
All right, you want a shot of Donnie Leon up close.
If we get that facial shot, that's it. Get in there.
6'2", 185, wrestling out of New York City.
He's got a chance.
He's born in New York City, but lives in Puerto Rico right now.
If not out of baseball, he can be a wrestler. He needs to put on about 40 pounds.
You've got the face for wrestling right now, I should mention, too. Wow, took something off of that one, and Donnie left early. He's the second out here in the second inning, and that's the first strikeout in this contest for D'Amico.
Change up curveball, and he was way out in front. 2 down for the Clippers.
And here's Chris Turner playing left field tonight for the Clippers, a guy that I saw catch a couple of games for the Indians last season when Sandy Alomar had his obligatory injury. First offering. Off speed misses, 1-0, and of course Sandy down again with the hamstring problem this year.
Speaking of injuries, Indianapolis has another former Clipper, Matt Luke, back on their club, but he's always down with injuries. Seems to plague him all over. He's rehabbing, I think, out in Arizona.
Fastball in the inside corner is a strike, 1-1. Saw Luke hit a big homer for the Dodgers to win a game. It seems like only yesterday when he got a chance to play with Los Angeles. The 1-1 as the wind is picking up now. Jammed him on that one, fouls it back, 1-2 the count.
It really is out of the north and coming right in over left field. Well, that'll cool things off just a bit.
I'd say we're in the mid to upper 50s now after starting this contest at 64 degrees. Benefit to the pitchers?
Definitely the pitchers. They can throw it in there now, let these guys hit it as far as they want. That wind will probably keep in the ballpark.
Called third strike. That'll do it for Turner and the Clippers in the second frame. We played 2. And the Clippers are on top by a count of 2-0 as a strikeout ends things. Back-to-back numbers for D'Amico in the second, and this one retires Turner and Columbus. The third inning coming up on Central Ohio Sport Television.
People have come to expect the finest quality and best selection from Kroger. That's what makes us a value leader. But when we add convenient locations, the widest variety of frozen foods, fine quality meats cut just the way you want, the freshest selection of quality baked goods and dairy products, warm, friendly service, double manufacturer's coupons, and over 6,000 special red tag prices every day. That's what makes us your total value leader.
Totally original, absolutely on fire. Original series on Time Warner Communications.
Award-winning. Provocative. Crowd-pleasing. Off the wall. Daring. Mind-bending.
Original series from television's hottest networks. With more channels, more choices, and more value, why would you look to anyone else? Time Warner Communications.
Welcome to What's Next.
Welcome back to Cooper Stadium. We go to the third inning of play. Columbus on top 2-0 in this contest. And fans, don't forget 462-5250, the magical number to remember for information about tickets this season from your Columbus Clippers and events taking place down here, concerts, baseball, and more. A great place to spend the summer. And remember, all you have to do is call that number and bring your group to the coop. Third inning we go, and Wayne here, a progress report in this contest so far.
Well, looks like a pretty good pitcher's duel. Of course, the Clippers with their one hit made it a big one, a home run by Felix Jose, a line shot over center field. And Mr. Denny Leal is Leal, I don't know how I'm going to say it.
Leal, like Jerry Vale, your favorite singer.
Good. He's throwing pretty well. I'm impressed. Around the plate, good movement on the fastball.
I think you get a sense why his ERA was so microscopic last season and hovered around 2 on a couple of different levels as you take a look at the big 6'1", 172-pounder offering that one. Jams him, pop up left side. Cool ball trying to play that win right now as it swirls a bit and actually comes back towards second base and makes the catch for the first out in the third.
Mike did it perfectly. Got behind the ball, kept it in front of the wind, pushed it in. It's really whipping in left field now. Definite advantage to the pitchers. Any ball hit to left field up in the air, that'll be Death Valley out there. That wind will knock it down.
And here's Santiago Perez up for the second time in this contest. Lined out to right field, and Luke Wilcox his first time up. Lays down the bunt, and hey, quick hands by Victor Valencia to scoop that up on the fly, and just like that, 2 down.
He tried to dump it down. He deadened the ball. He had great backspin on it. Problem was he popped it up. If that ball gets out there on the grass 5 or 6 feet, it's probably a base hit. Watch him pop it up right at the plate. Watch him bunt it on the end of the bat. But he pops it up. Cat-like movement by Valencia to make the play.
Quick to get to his feet to make that play. 2 down now, and here's Luke Collier, who grounded out his first time up in the first inning. 2-0 Clippers, top of the third, 2 down. Randy Reinhardt and Wayne Hare, season number 15 of Clippers baseball action. A strike on the corner, and you can hear the comments occasionally of our home plate umpire, Pat McGinnis.
Other than balls and strike, he's been pretty quiet back there, but he'll let you know when it's in there.
And the 0-1. This time's that swing 0-2. Our thanks to Pat, too, and the IL for allowing us to give you that insight and miking our home plate umpire. And that's the nice thing about cable TV. Whatever happens, happens, and we're live tonight if you're watching on a Monday evening. If you're watching Tuesday,
so we're
sit back, relax, and enjoy it.
Not going to push the bleep button?
I don't see one. Nice job by Leal. Kind of an Olay move there. With the arm swashbuckling across his body to make the play to retire the side, and he does it in fine fashion. We call it in order. Take a look at the arm across the body to make the play. Olay scoops it up, plenty of time, shows off the glove, rights himself, and we have played 2.5 at the coop. Our score: Columbus 2, Indianapolis nothing.
Make a break for McDonald's.
Introducing great breaks from McDonald's. Now every Monday you can enjoy a tempting hamburger for just 39 cents. Wednesdays our classic cheeseburger is just 49 cents. And any day of the week you can sink your teeth into an irresistible double cheeseburger for just 99 cents. Those are the breaks. Mondays, Wednesdays, and every day.
You deserve a break today. Did somebody say McDonald's?
Have you ever had a dream, Neo, that you were so sure was real? What if you were unable to wake from that dream? How would you know the difference between the dream world and the real world? What is the Matrix?
Call Insight at 236-1200 to order HBO.
Well, that team is the top team in the IL West right now, but they're down in this contest as we go to the bottom of the third. 2-0 Clippers on top. Columbus just a game back in the West, but sandwiched in between those pesky Riverbats of Louisville as Indianapolis is 10-5, and Louisville is 10-6, and the Clippers at 8-5 on the season. A Mariners cap. Huh? Well, Steve Smith, the manager for the squad from Indianapolis, was a coach with Seattle last season. In fact, some interesting stories about him too when he comes out there in the 4th or 5th inning to coach down in 3rd. We'll tell you about those. Meanwhile, for the Clippers, as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning, 9-1-2 due up. Valencia, Robinson, and Roberge to face the man on the mound, Jeff D'Amico. And there's Victor. Victor is the young part of the equation for the Clippers and the Yankees organization behind the plate. Take a look at his numbers last year, Wayne, with Norwich. 22 homers, and he knocked in 72. If there's a downside for Victor at all, it's the length of his swing. He will commit quite often, and that's why he's got high strikeout numbers. And 396 at bats last season. He struck out 142 times.
He can cut down on those strikeouts. Big, strong kid. Puts big numbers on. Hit hard to short.
Scooped up by Perez, lost the handle, picks, throws. I won't say runs like a catcher because Victor has decent speed, but that time he is the first out in the 3rd inning. 6-3 if you're scoring at home. Top of the order we go for the Clippers. I'll bring up Kerry Robinson. Take a look at that play one more time.
Hit hard on the sinking fastball, but right at the shortstop. Perez bobbles it a little bit. But he's got plenty of time to set himself, throw out, 1 down.
Going a perfect example of something you've always harped on for the young kids. Always stay right with that baseball. Keep the baseball in front of you. If you do that, you always have a chance at least to make a play.
Right, and then if you do bobble it, go after it with the bare hand. Pick it up. Don't try to pick it up with your glove when it's sitting there on the dirt. Go with the bare hand, just pick it up and throw it.
Look at the 3rd baseman now, and Fernandez way in on the grass, thinking that Robinson may want to bunt, but the count now goes to 0-2, so Jose will retreat back to the cut of the grass. And the 0-2 from D'Amico. Reaches out and just swings at that puppy and gets a seeing-eye base hit to right field. Just got his bat on that, stuck it out there, and Robinson is on with 1 down here in the 3rd inning.
Nice job on the 0-2. Like the ball's out of the strike zone. And outside, just reaches out, hits it off the end of the bat, and dumps it over the second baseman. Base hit. You gotta love it.
Speaking of second baseman, that's who's batting for the Clippers now. As you check out Kerry Robinson down at first base, excellent speed. That could be a factor. Let's see what he can do. You send a runner in a situation like this. You're up 2-0.
You got up 2-0, so you got a couple runs to play with. You got to put that runner in motion, stay out double play, move him into scoring position. I think Indianapolis thinks he's going to run too. They might throw over a couple times. They might pitch out.
My question is, with D'Amico, you've had a chance to see his delivery. How deliberate is it? Does he get it to home plate rapidly?
He's actually fairly slow, being a big man out there. He's a little bit slower than your average pitcher of the plate. Unless he does the slide step, we'll see.
The runner goes. The throw down there. And the tag is applied. And I'll tell you what, speed or not, there was a gun from Kubonic behind the plate. And Robinson was a dead duck down at second base. Caught stealing if you're scoring at home. 2 outs. Take a look.
Well, it was a straight steal. They really didn't protect him. He didn't try to get out there with the bat to distract the catcher or swing through the ball or hit and run. And boy, he's out.
Slides right into the tag by Perez. So 2 outs, nobody on. 1-0 the count on Roberge. And there's a strike in there. 1-1 the count on the Clippers second baseman. Zuber would be next here in the 3rd inning. 2-2-0 for the Clippers. No runs, hits, and no errors for the Indians. To center field. Hollins makes the catch. Side retired. We are 1/3 of the way home after that line out by Roberge. And thanks to the Felix Jose home run in the 1st inning, it's 2-0 Clippers on top.
You know that little red ball from way back when? Well, the lottery's bringing him back again. He's coming to town and he's bringing his friends just 7 little balls before there were 10. Now, this is big news that's sure to please. That red ball's popping up more, you see. So there's more cash for you and me. All you gotta do is pick the right 3.
The Ohio Lottery's Red Ball is back. Now with less balls and more winners.
Red Ball's back better than before. Play the pick 3 game that wins you more.
Hey, what's happening, B? Nothing. Just chilling. Watching the game. Having a bud. What's up with... Hey, hold on a second. Hello?
What's up? Yo, hold up. Hello?
So what's up, B? Nothing. Watching the game, having a bud.
I love those spots. Welcome back to Cooper Stadium. We go to the 4th inning. Columbus on top of Indianapolis, 2-0. And as we go to the 4th inning of play, due up 3, 4, and 5 in the order. Tyler, Fernandez, and Barrick. And there's a young fan of baseball. Well, it's great just to see kids of all ages from 5 to 50 out here. And if you like Clippers baseball, we've got it on TV as well on Central Ohio Sports Television as the Clippers take on Pawtucket. Coming up Monday, May the 8th at 7 o'clock. Check out the action on Inside Channel 36 and Time Warner Channel 24. And Wayne here has gone to the suit coat now as it's getting a bit brisk up here in the press box at Cooper Stadium. And Tyler to lead it off.
Turn up the heat, will you, Randy?
Yeah, Natalie, you're tired tonight. Do you have a funeral to go to or what?
Oh, opening night for us, man. You got to look good. Sets the stage for the whole year, and they just gave the dates, and I wasn't even paying attention. Let's see, we said the 8th.
Right.
The next one. Nothing on my social calendar that night.
And fans, we want you to be here at the Coop. If you can't be, then watch it on Central Ohio Sport TV. What we also do, though, is we show you the game live. And then normally the next night we give it to you again, an encore presentation of Clippers baseball action on Sport TV. The 0-1 to Tyler. Misses just off the corner. Valencia tries to hold it for a second, doesn't get the call. We're even now at 1-1. Rapidly moving contest in the 4th inning. That one misses outside. 2-1. We were talking to Trey Hillman before the season. I said, Trey, remember how the Yankees used to be so insistent on a pitch count? At 100, you were yanked pretty much no matter what. I said, now it's based on performance. We have that limit, but it's not in concrete anymore. If a guy is doing well and he's made some quality pitches and he's doing well into the 7th or 8th inning, he may get a chance to stick around. On the other hand, if he's in a situation where he's thrown 80 pitches and he's struggled and they fouled about 20 of them off, there's a chance he might come out early. So Tyler gets a free pass with nobody out here in the 4th inning.
That was a good fastball by Vail. Just tailed it. Actually moved too much for him. It's tailing outside and tailed out of the strike zone. Watch this thing run. Look at that thing run outside. He's got great movement on that fastball. You know, this is kind of enjoying so far, Randy. 2-0. Kind of a real old-fashioned pitcher's duel baseball game. The big leagues are now getting concerned. There's too many home runs. They're looking at raising the mound again, checking the ball, the whole thing.
Foul down the first base side. Luis Salazar, forgetting that he was an infielder, decides not to go after that one as he's coaching down at first base. And Steve Smith.
How do you feel? You're getting tired of those 13, 11 games?
Well, my question is, do you think the baseball is juiced? But
well,
Selig may say it is not.
The parks are a little smaller. The players are stronger. The pitching is a little bit watered down. I think you throw everything in there, including a baseball that may be manufactured a little bit tighter. You throw all that together, and you're getting balls flying out of the ballpark. Where the one Bernie Williams hit, at least in the replay, looked like it was a pop-up going out behind short, and it's in the seats.
Gone, yeah. 1-1 the count on Fernandez. Yes, he did. He went too far. You heard that. Yes, he did. 1-2 the count on the third baseman. Barrick would be next here in the 4th inning. 2-0 Clippers on top with 2 hits, and the difference in this contest was the 4th homer of the season by Felix Jose.
Here Vail wants to make him hit his pitch. In other words, strike him out or get that weak ground ball so he can turn 2.
6-4-3 would be nice right about now.
I'll take it.
Take a look one more time.
That must have been a changeup. That thing just dove down there. Ooh, good fastball ran in, almost hit him.
2-2 the count.
Speaking of hitting him, the White Sox and the Tigers had a fun day the other day, didn't they?
Oh, just typical game for the American League.
Got to get rid of the DH. It'll keep happening all the time.
Oh, I love the DH.
The problem is the pitchers don't have to hit. They can bean somebody and don't care. They don't have to get up there with a bat.
You hear this fallacy that there's a lot more runs scored in the American League and everything else. Well, if you average it out by the number of teams in the American League and National League, it was almost a flat-footed tie last season. 2-2. Call third strike on the corner, and that'll do it for Mr. Fernandez. He's the first out in the top of the 4th inning. That'll bring up Kurt Barrick.
There's the slider that just about unhittable. Breaking down and away from the righty, on the black, on the knees. Watch it from the center field camera. And you make the call. Look at this thing. Real tight slider. Look at that. Right there on the black.
And look at Valencia, too, with a great job just framing that.
Pitcher's pitch. 1
down. Here's Barrick. A changeup on a night like this where the wind changes and comes in so dramatically. Is it a little more difficult to get an effective changeup on a night like this?
I don't think it really affects the changeup so much. I know if you're throwing a changeup or a knuckleball, anything off speed like that, you like the wind blowing into it, so it reinforces that spin on the baseball.
Barrick at the plate. grounded out his first time up. First offering from Leo misses. 1-0 the count. Fourth inning is where we are at Cooper Stadium. If you're watching us live on Monday night, come on down. 10-cent burgers. Can't beat that deal.
If I was Roberger for the Clippers, I'd take a couple more steps in the hole. You got a left-handed pull hitter. You got a sinker ball pitcher. You don't want a slow grounder getting through that hole on the right side.
There's a called strike. 1-1 the count on Kurt Barrick with Creighton Bonick to be next.
Chances are Dale's going to pitch him down and away. Try to let Barrick pull the ground ball to the right side. I know you want to be in double play position, but chances are he's going to hit it to the right side rather than left. Just 2 steps, I'll be happy. Can we move him over from here?
Let me give the signal.
Yeah.
The 1-1. He just got stared down, I think.
Watch this. Don't pull in the hole because the first baseman's holding the runner. Got a big hole
looking
on
for
the
the
right
outside
side.
corner there. Just missed. 2-1 the count on Barrick. Here you see his numbers. What he did with the Clippers last year. 280.
Rookie of the year.
23 homers and knocked in 95.
What's Kurt, 26 this year?
Kurt Barrick, I can tell you in mere moments. He's 27 years of age. He'll turn 28 on September the 13th. Out of Hillsboro, Oregon.
So he needs another good year, and he's just getting in that age. He needs to put a couple together here and get a chance. Somebody take a chance at him. Left-handed pinch hitter, first baseman.
Lale pitching fine right now, so to speak, with Barrick trying to nibble on the corner and misses again outside. It's now 3-1.
Yeah, against the veteran AAA hitters, they won't chase that ball as much as the rookies will.
Fastball stays high and away, and he gets a free pass. So it's walk, strikeout, walk in the 4th inning. And that is the 3rd walk in this contest given up by Denny Lale, and that'll bring up Dubonic, the catcher who had the other walk in this contest back in the 2nd inning.
Well, here's your double play candidate. Maybe Vail kind of semi-intentionally walked Barrick, but you hate to walk the tying run and put him on there.
Talked about the manager coaching down at third base, and Steve Smith, first offering to Bonick, found out of play. He has been an extra in a number of Hollywood movies, including The Sting, The Blues Brothers, Die Hard 2, and numerous Disney movies. Has a degree in physical education and kinesiology. Went to Pepperdine. I asked him, how did you do that? He said, well, the thing was, when I was 18 or 19, everybody thought I looked like I was 13. So I had that ability to take instructions very well. He said, but unfortunately, I looked kind of childlike, but it turned out to be an advantage to him, and he got into the Guild. He's been in a number of movies.
There'd be some good money in that, huh?
Check out the runners respectively at 2nd and 1st, and Tyler and Barrick. Fastball stays high. You can hear the pop from here at 2-1. Well, you've got a face for movies.
Yeah.
Godzilla
for
2.
radio.
I'm thinking maybe.
Dale overthrowing a little bit. He's just trying to put a little extra on it. Ball sailing high on the last couple hitters. Needs that ground ball right here.
Nice stop by Valencia, and the count goes to 3-1. So runners at 1st and 2nd, 2-0 Clippers, but 3-1 the count on the catcher for the Indians, and Scott Krause, the right fielder, on deck. The wind is really whipping around now. You should check out the flags in left center field. Wow.
Let him hit it. Can't defend the walk.
3-1. Goes the other way. Nice talk, Wayne. And it's a fair ball in the corner. Wilcox will hunt it down. That'll score at least 1 and probably tie the game as both Tyler and Barrick score. And it's a 2-2 contest.
Boy, he hit that ball nice. I think it was an off-speed pitch, a slider. And he just laced it into right field over first base. Nice piece of hitting. That wasn't a bad pitch.
Double number 3 on the season. Take a look.
Look how he stays back on that ball. And look at this tail down the right field line. Actually, just fair by a couple feet when it lands.
Wilcox does a good job, by the way, too, of playing that bounce. So Gubonic picks up double number 3, RBIs 9 and 10, and we've got a brand new game at 2. The line scores identical. 2 runs, 2 hits for each squad so far. And you see the RBI output for Mr. Gubonic on the season. And here's Krause with yet another runner in scoring position. That's a strike on the corner, 0-1.
Those walks always come back to haunt you, especially that leadoff walk. Always scores.
And Wayne Harris saying, let him hit it, too.
Well, I'd rather that than walk him. Then you got the bases loaded and 1 out.
Why don't you say pop him out?
Let him hit
1
it.
is fouled straight back, 0-2. I would say we probably sojourned down to the low 50s now. We probably dropped a good 10 degrees since the start of this contest, and So I look at my clock. That was only about 45 minutes ago.
Yeah, if you keep it up, we're going to let you do the weather after the game, too.
Thank you very much. Let's take a look at this occluded front coming in. 1-2 the count. You can hear the breeze at the coop. Scott Krause with a 1-2 count. Gubonic, the runner, down at second. Lael with the 1-2. Call, third strike. Fastball inside corner. You can hear the call from Pat McGinnis. No mistaking that. There's 2 down. So it's been a walk, a strikeout, a walk, a 2-run double, and a strikeout. And there is the wind whipping inward from the left field side here at the coop. And here's Hollins. 1-0 the count. Hollins lined out to center. His first time up. Could have Ed Warren back on graphics tonight. And he does so many national contests. Also a member of the Sport TV crew. Always a pleasure when he joins us to work on these contests. We're tied at 2 in the 4th. The 1-1. Fastball pops high. 2-1 the count. All right. If you're Victor Valencia behind the plate, you're getting some input from the dugout right now. But what are you looking for from Lael?
Oh, he just needs to throw strikes or get bottom of the order. Hollins not going to hit the ball in the ballpark. You got to get him back focused on the strike zone like that.
Got him fishing for that slider that time. Count goes to 2-2. Boy, I saw some nasty backdoor sliders this past week on Ohio State baseball. And by the way, we've got more of the Buckeyes coming up right here on Sport TV as they'll take on the Battling Bishops of Ohio Wesleyan. Bragging rights for Central Ohio on the line. That's going to be a tough play. Coming over is Leon, and he will come up with a baseball, and that's about it. First and third, score that an infield hit. That'll bring up Mickey Lopez. Even if Leon comes up with that ball, Wayne, there's nothing he can do.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough play. That ball's in no man's land. Too bad. He made a good pitch. It's topped to the left of the mound by Hollins, and Leon tried to make a play, but he had to catch it and get rid of it right now. He's got to get it right now, and he just can't come up with a handle.
And the 7th man to bat of this inning comes to the plate, Mickey Lopez. So we're tied at 2, and runners at first and third now for the Indians. And the old whirl around. Now, how many times have you seen it work?
Not many.
I've seen it
Maybe
work once.
in Little League, Pony League. But I don't know if you call it the whirl around. I never heard it called the whirl around.
That's what my Little League coach used to call it. When he showed up. The only coach was kind of like Buttermaker.
Who was it, Walter Matthau?
From Bad News Bears.
Yeah.
He didn't have any kind of beverages, but he would come up and go, "Oh, did we have a game tonight?"
He drank them before the game?
No. He forgot when we had games. Pretty bad when 8-year-old kids are telling the coach when you have games. So we used to call the coach the day before, halfway through the season, just to remind him we had a game. The 0-1 jams him and slices that one foul out of play. We'll do it again at 0-2. You know where this guy worked? For the government.
No comment.
0-2 the count. 2 down. First and third. Top of the 4th. We are now knotted at 2 apiece. See what Mickey Lopez has done as you check out the runners respectively. And Gubonic and Hollins third and first. That one misses off the corner. 1-2.
Been a long inning for Lael. Those walks really cost him. Deep in the count on both hitters. Lost him. He gave up the double to Bubonic.
He was low on the pitch count until this 4th frame. See if he can end it here with Lopez. The 1-2. Uh-oh, this could be trouble. It's tailing toward left field and knuckling right to Chris Turner, who makes the catch to retire the side. They score 2. They strand 2. After 3.5, we are tied at 2. You're watching Central Ohio Sport Television.
This is a rental car. It's just a car, not even your car. So what's the big difference when you're choosing? Price. You search, get the rates, and what you're really looking for is a great car at a low rate. That's Thrifty. Just the things you'd expect from a worldwide car rental company. Things like great cars, great service, airline miles, Blue Chip Express program, the works, and at a low rate. So the next time you need a rental car, call Thrifty. Just what you want, just Thrifty.
The Works, 3 channels of HBO to choose from. HBO has blockbuster movies and more outstanding originals than any other channel on TV. HBO Plus delivers more HBO. You can always choose something different, provocative, compelling. HBO's Signature has award-winning films, bold documentaries, and some all-time favorites. The Works, 3 channels of HBO. Something for everyone.
Call Insight at 236-1200 to order HBO.
Welcome back to Cooper Stadium in Columbus, Ohio. This is Central Ohio Sport Television. Insight, Channel 36, Time Warner, Channel 24. As we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, I believe those are cable radios. They're listening to us right now, Lynn. Actually, they're listening to Terry Smith and Gary Richards on the call of the game on Z103. And Terry's been an institution longer than we have been.
Yeah, I want to say Terry came in 1984 or 83.
I think you could be correct. Zuber, Jose, and Wilcox, 3, 4, and 5 due up for Columbus here in the 4th inning, and this is where the Clippers did the damage in the 1st inning. Zuber walked, and then Jose hit his 4th homer of the season to account for the 2 runs for the Clippers, but Indianapolis answered with 2 in the top of the 4th. That's where we stand right now here. And here's Zuber. Zuber played in that doubleheader on Saturday, played in the 2nd game. At first base, went 0 for 3 in that contest. Clippers lost a pair to the Indians on Saturday by counts of 6-2 and 7-6. And wow, Lopez stays with the baseball. Didn't have much choice, did he? 1 down.
Man, he ripped that. Too bad. Zuber struggling a little bit coming in at 229. He hits this ball right on the nose, and what a play by Mickey Lopez. Oh, that's a perfect swing. Stays down on the ball. Boy, look at that hop he came up with. Great hands out there by number 4, Mickey Lopez.
Kind of an Alomar move down at second there, huh? 1 down. Here's Felix Jose, whose slugging percentage is now .750 after that belt last time, and he was aiming for the fences again. 0-1 the count.
I didn't tell you, I went up the Indian game 2 Sundays ago when they went 2-1 on the back-to-back home runs. Great
with
game.
Ramirez and Tomei, right?
Yep. 1 out, back-to-back. What a great pitcher's duel up till then.
The 0-1. Tries to wait on that one, took something off of that 0-2. I went up and saw the debacle where Burba was pitching the home opener.
That was a debacle.
It was. Omar Vizquel had a 2-run homer in the 1st inning, and that was about it.
Indians turned a double play in the 1st inning, one of the greatest I've ever seen. Alomar dives behind second, flips it just with his glove on his face down on the ground, and they turn 2.
What a combination they have in the middle of the infield. Between those two, Alomar and Vizquel. 1-2 the count on Jose. How about the Yankees organization, the potential they have with Jeter and, of course, Nobla there right now, and Jose's history, the 2nd out, see in the 4th inning, and then you add in Soriano maybe in the not-too-distant future, and some of these young guys. The Yankees look to be loaded, too. Of course, you're only talking about a team that won the World Championship 3 of the last 4 seasons.
And as far as I know, Cleveland still knows that the championship's got to go through New York and that American League, don't they?
I think so. Sports Illustrated, however, does not. They think it has to go through Boston this year. I'm not sure if Pedro Martinez can pitch every game unless they get that rainout situation and play every 5th day. And they have a chance, but otherwise, I think the Yankees have to be the team to beat. 2 down. Here's Wilcox. The last out in the 1st inning, he flew out to center to end things in that 1st frame after the Clippers got that home run by Jose. 0-1 the count on Luke.
And the first pitch is a slow spinning curveball. Didn't have to make a great pitch there. Just a little off-speed spinner. Spin it in there for strike 1.
Fastball stays high. 1-1. And you sense, too, that the confidence is really soaring for Jeff D'Amico on the mound after that 1st inning.
He made 1 bad pitch. Just trying to get ahead of Felix Jose, and you can't do that. The big guy was looking for that number 1 fastball. Got it, drove it out of the park.
Pride of St. Petersburg, Florida. Pops the fastball high and away. 2-1 the count. 6'7", 250 pounds. Is it sometimes difficult for the taller guys to follow through on their motion, too?
I would think it'd be tougher overall to just control that body and throw strikes. If he doesn't make it here, he can play basketball. How about that?
I like that. At 6'7", probably write your own ticket. Although that's not tall nowadays. It's a Northeast High School in Florida. The 2-2. Cue shot, third base side. Fernandez has to go to his right, throw across his body, and does it very nicely, I might add, and that'll do it. 3 up, 3 down for the Clippers in the 4th inning. As we go to the 5th inning, a stalemate. We are tied at 2. There's the swing, and the nice play by Fernandez, who goes to his right, scoops, throws across his body, and beats him by a step and a half. We go to the 5th. Tied at 2.
At Cartoon Network, we love our customers. And we know you love the Powerpuff Girls. Now we want to make your dreams come true with 50% off the new Powerpuff Girls merchandise at Warner Brothers Studio stores everywhere. So grab your cable bill and hurry to the Warner Brothers Studio store before May 15th for 15% off Buttercup, Blossom, and Bubbles gear.
Take your Inside Communications cable TV bill to one of these Warner Brothers Studio store locations and receive 15% off Powerpuff Girls merchandise.
Welcome back. Well, the Indianapolis Indians are spending 7 games on the road, visiting each of the IL West foes. At Toledo for 2 games, and Columbus for 4 games, and Louisville for a game before going back home. And it's sumo time. There's Wayne Hare before the diet. Ugh. And then Lucille coming in for the tag team pin.
Get the rock out there.
You can see that. I talked about the number of pitches that Denny Lael threw in that 4th inning, and indeed he doubled the number of pitches he's thrown in this contest in just the 4th frame alone, up to about 70 pitches as we go to the 5th inning. Top of the order, due up. 1, 2, and 3, and Perez, Collier, and Tyler to face Denny Lael. Where were you? Getting burgers?
No? Sliders are in the house. They're waiting for you. You can make a break next inning. I'll take it. You can eat 6 cheeseburger. I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today.
That makes you wimpy. Am I Hawk then?
Yep.
I want to know the count.
White Sox are playing good. Chicago off to a good start. Chicago White Sox.
That is a pair on the tube. You know that? Between Harrelson and Pachorik. Salazar makes the play this time. Scoops, throws into the dugout. Nice job. Shades of his playing days. 1-1 the count on Perez. With Collier to follow in the 5th inning. And the peanuts are thrown back in Wayne Hare. The 1-1 from Lael. Fastball sails outside. 2-1 the count.
Played against Luis Salazar. He was in the Pirate organization AA in '79 in Buffalo in the old War Memorial Stadium where they filmed The Natural. And to the opposite field, they had a 260-foot porch. He hit 40-some home runs.
Roberge gloves, throws in time. That's a 4-3 if you're scoring at home. And 1 down as you look at JP. He will share time with Garcia at second base this season. That's one thing, too, about Trey Hillman, too. Who said, there's no way you're going to get rust on my bench because I will bring the players in, even make substitutions with defensive specialists in late innings if I have to. But even in a situation now where he's carrying 3 catchers, he finds a way to get everybody work.
Yeah, that'll help him later on in the season when they need some guy in the pinch. He'll, have some reps and be a little bit fresher than he would if he wasn't playing.
Collier mistimes that swing. 0-1 the count. He is 0 for 2 in this contest. A couple of ground outs in the 1st and 3rd respectively, and he dips 10 points on his average. You can see he came in at 250 on the campaign. The 0-1 fastball sails outside. 1-1 the count on Lou. He was 1 for 3 in the last contest against the Clippers on Saturday. The 1-1 fastball trying to get the corner. He cannot. It's now 2-1. Collier was 333 on the road trip before going 0 for 2 in this contest. Into the eyes of Mr. Lael on the mound as he scouts out the sign from Valencia. We're going outside. Yes, we are, and he goes for it and fouls it out of play. 2-2 the count. You go slider here. You try to jam him.
2-2. I don't know. I think they're going to come inside and jam him. Look at that wind blowing in him. Even if he gets his head out of the bat and gets it up in the air or left field, he's going to keep the ball in the ballpark.
Well, one of his outs on the ground out was because of a jam job. The 2-2. They go inside, trying to get the inside corner, and Valencia wanted to get the call. He did not. We're full now at 3-2.
Somehow, though, you want to make him hit that pitch. You don't want to go to 3-2 with 1 out and walk this guy. You want to make him hit that 2-2 pitch. We did.
And it's going to go foul, though, and beyond the bullpen and out of play. We're at Cooper Stadium in Columbus, Ohio. What a gorgeous place to watch a baseball game. There's been talk, I know, about other facilities, and that may indeed happen. But for now, despite its age compared to some of the other cities that were so far behind the time, behind Columbus. This is still one of the greatest places to watch a AAA baseball game. You're right on top of the action, and with the grass here, it really smells, looks, and feels like baseball even more than it has in the past. And a free ride for Collier. The walk's now a bit of a concern, I would think, if you're Trey Hillman and Rick Tomlin, as you watch your guy on the mound, and Denny Leo.
And we got, as I said, we got a real baseball game here. 2-2 in the 5th. Not one of those 12-11 softball games that you like. This is
talking
real.
American League or something again?
Yeah.
Oh,
you know, the men of steel.
You know, you thought the Tigers and White Sox fight was something. We have another one right here, round 3. They had 2 rounds there. Man, I'll never forget the fight, though, between the Braves and San Diego. Remember that one with Champ Summers and Ed Woodson?
Yeah.
I remember those guys because Woodson, of course, ties the Dublin snap throw, the runner back in time. And Summers was the hitting coach for the Clippers.
So Woodson hit Summers and he charged him out?
No. They were just part of that. It was between the Braves and the Padres, and I remember that fight never ended. They finally had to clear the dugouts to finish the game. I remember Skip Carey at the end of the game saying something like, the Braves with 7 runs, 12 hits, 3 errors, 7 ejected. The Padres, you know, he did it like that. One of those classic games. The 0-1. Just like the Braves game where they kept coming back and coming back. And I think it was Camp who hit that home run. The game ended at 4 in the morning. Yeah, and they still did the fireworks because they had promised them after the game. Neighbors complained because there were fireworks in Atlanta at 4:15.
Hey, I smell pasta.
Is that what that is? 1-1 the count on Tyler. Uh-oh. But it's foul. Right field side, not a play. 1-2. You panic a lot, I've noticed over the years. You'll be fine.
The only time I've seen you panic is when that foul ball comes flying in the booth.
Oh, do we have to do that story? I did that story last week during the Ohio State game, how you did the Buck Henry samurai routine when diving under the table. 1-2 the count at Tyler with a runner at first, and Collier. Leo with a check of the runner. Tied at 2. Makes the quick stare. Steps off the rubber, and we'll do it again. You don't think he's going right now, do you?
He is running right here. Nope.
1-2. Nope. Could be tough, but it's going to hang up
Can't
for
see
Turner.
it. This is trouble.
But Coolbaugh is going to retreat and make the play. Chris couldn't see it at first, but Coolbaugh was calling that he had a beat on the ball as Turner lost it in the lights. But Mike letting him know, telling the left fielder that he had the ball, and he drifted out in time and it hung up there thanks to that breeze too to make the play for the second out.
That's where the wind kind of helped us. That wind blowing straight in at a pretty good clip, 20 miles an hour or so. That ball came back to Coolbaugh. So when the left fielder Turner, who's again not a regular outfielder, and we've seen that that being the case out there tonight a couple times, but Coolbaugh was able to camp under it and make the play.
And here's Jose Fernandez hitting .283, a couple of outs, foul out to the strikeout, and snap throw again to first. And tell you what, Collier's about a half step away from being picked off first.
Yeah, we've had a couple close calls over there.
Scott Packard is your first base umpire. 2 down, 5th inning, tied at 2. 5 hits in this contest, 3 for the Indians, and a pitch out that time. Valencia maybe thinking that something's going on and want to know the count. There's Victor. As we said, they try to alternate. We've got the 2 veterans, Turner and Wilson, that can catch, and a young guy in Valencia. And boy, he learns a lot from those 2 veteran catchers. To the 1-0. He's short. Coolbaugh takes his time, takes the short route. That'll do it. A mini threat, but no harm done. We are halfway home as we go to the home half of inning number 5. We are tied at 2. For the Clippers, due up 6, 7, and 8. Coolbaugh, Leone, and Turner on Sport TV.
It's a new, easy-to-use on-screen guide, better channels, and more choices. Plus, a picture so clear it mirrors real life. And CD-quality sound so precise, you'll feel like you're really there. All from your cable service, with no additional equipment to buy. When you want the best picture and sound available, it can only be called one thing.
Digital.
Digital cable from Time Warner Communications. Welcome to What's Next.
You know that little red ball from way back when? Well, the lottery's bringing him back again. He's coming to town and he's bringing his friends just 7 little balls before there were 10. Now, this is big news that's sure to please. That red ball's popping up more, you see. So there's more cash for you and me. All you gotta do is pick the right 3.
The Ohio Lottery's Red Ball is back. Now with less balls and more winners.
Red Ball's back better than before. Play the pick 3 game that wins you more.
Not only is it baseball time, but it's soccer time, and Sport TV, proud to be your home of the crew for 8 games. And there you see the slate coming up May the 3rd, the contest with DC United. All 8 games live. And then Tampa Bay, Dallas, Los Angeles, Chicago, Kansas City, San Jose, and again Chicago. Insight, 36 Time Warner, Channel 24. Just another reason why that's the place to be, Sport TV. As we go to the bottom of the 5th inning of play, Coolbaugh, Leone, and Turner do up for the Clippers against Jeff D'Amico, tied at 2 in this contest. Indianapolis at 10-5 on the season. In first place in the IL West, second place Louisville at 10-6. They are a half game back, obviously. The Clippers a full game back, with a mark of 8-5 on the season in Toledo. And last place at 4-9. They are 5 games back. Leading the North, by the way, is Buffalo at 12-3. Tucker is 4 games back at 7-6. In the South, Durham on top at 9-4, and then Charlotte at 7-6. Second place team in the South. Also, we've got some finals already in baseball, and I think we'll check out the scoreboard whenever we get the word from the powers that are to be, those that are higher than even Wayne Hare and myself. Coolbaugh, first pitch, swinging strike, kind of fastball, blows it by him. 0-1 the count on Mike.
There's that 90-mile-an-hour fastball right there, just rears back, and here it comes. And with that wind blowing in, he's going to challenge these hitters, throw it up high and let them hit it in the air.
D'Amico now with the 0-1. Mesmerizing with that one. 0-2. When we say that Coolbaugh has gap to loft power, what does that mean?
That means he'll hit the ball in the gap and, you know, double, triple. He's not going to hit 25, 30 home runs. He might get 12, 15, but he won't get, you know, the 30 home run. He's not a 30 home run guy.
3 and out from Mike Coolbaugh. He's a strikeout victim to lead off things here in the 5th inning of play. So as I check back on this, I've got Mr. D'Amico retiring the last 5 batters he has faced. And actually, Robinson, when he was up on the 3rd inning, single, but was caught stealing. And before that, Valencia started off the 3rd by grounding out. So he's been in a groove pretty much since giving up that home run. The Clippers have only 2 hits. The other was a hit by Kerry Robinson. That was a pitch too, where Robinson just reached out the bat, made contact, and lofted the ball into short right field.
And the book on Leone is to jam him, especially from the left side. Keep firing that ball inside. They've seen the first time up, pounded him inside, and of course got the strikeout. The Yankees went down today, Randy, 7-3 to Minnesota. Twins are playing pretty good.
Can you believe what Tom Kelly said before the season, though, admitting that his team has no chance not only to make it to the World Series or to win anything? He said, this team is not a first-place team. We don't have a prayer.
Reverse psychology.
You think so?
Reminds me of Bob Costas' new book, talking about the troubles of baseball. Got to have that revenue sharing, so the Minnesota Twins of the leagues.
And the Pittsburgh
Pirates, the Brewers, they can have a
Expos.
chance. I think he's got a point.
I have a hard time, though, with the Brewers, simply because that's where the commissioner came from, and his daughter, I think, runs the team now, does she not? I have a real problem with that, so I don't care too much about revenue sharing for them. Sorry, this is their AAA team here tonight, but I don't know about that. 2-1 the count, although their field, of course, because of that tragedy last season with the construction accident, the opening of their new facility was put off one season until next year. But 2-1, late swing on that one, just got a piece. 2-2 the count on Donnie Leone, who Wayne, the first couple of games hit number 2 in the order, in fact, for the first 6 games, but then moved him down to about number 6 or 7 in the order, because it's a different situation hitting number 2 in the order.
Yeah, it sure is. You got to do a lot of things. You got to take more pitches, let that guy run. You got to hit and run. More of a table setter. Here he can use his power a little bit and try to drive the ball.
A lot more things, just flat out, Wayne, to make it more simplistic, is you just have to think more often hitting in the number 2 hole. And for a guy making that transition from AA to AAA, maybe that's just too much to think about early on.
Exactly right. And in the 2 spot, you're probably going to have to be a pretty good 2-strike hitter. You're going to take some pitches and let that leadoff man run. And just, or if the leadoff man makes an out, now that you're the leadoff man, you want to try to get on base for those 3, 4, and 5 hitters.
The 2-2. Nope. We go full at 3-2. Turner will be next. We're in the 5th inning. We are tied at 2. Clippers 2 runs came on a 2-run homer by Felix Jose in the 1st inning. That's been it for Columbus. Full count on Leone. From D'Amico to right field. Krause moves over to his right and hangs up, makes the catch. 2 down.
Got inside on him. That's the book. They're jamming him when he hits from the left side. Pound that ball inside. And now they've got him twice. That was on the weak fly ball to right.
First put out for Krause, the right fielder in this contest. So 2 down. That'll bring up Chris Turner, the left fielder. Turner's a guy that I thought, really, Wayne, when I looked at him, might stick around the Indians organization, because I know you had Diaz, but it seems like Jesse Levis always resurfaced again, too. And I didn't know what the Indians had in the way of young catchers, and they're going to find out in a hurry as long as Alomar keeps getting injured. We talked about his hamstring situation, which is curtailed what he's been able to do this campaign. The Indians not hitting the ball that well, and had some free time. A chance for Bartolo Colon to perhaps heal. The Reds starting pitching has been bad, to say the least, the last few games. The 0-1. The third, Fernandez with the solid glove. He's shown us that, and a wicked arm as well, and makes that one look easy. And for the second straight inning, it's 3 up, 3 down for the Clippers. We have played 5. Our score, Indianapolis 2, Columbus 2, and you are watching Clipper baseball action on Central Ohio Sport Television.
Time Warner Communications delivers the best bad guys, good guys, action, adventure, danger, value you can experience every day from television's hottest networks. And it's all right here on Time Warner Communications.
Cool, I said. Cool.
Yeah, you want sushi and wasabi.
Wasabi.
Yeah, wasabi.
Wasabi.
Wasabi. Wasabi.
Wasabi.
Wasabi.
Wasabi.
Wasabi.
Wasabi.
Wasabi. Wasabi.
We go to the 6th inning, and Mr. Sun is taking a rest for a few hours as nighttime has come to the capital city. Gorgeous shot of the skyline tonight as we go to the 6th inning of play. A great contest, tied at 2 between Indianapolis and Columbus. I'm Randy Reinhardt alongside Wayne here. Party time at the Coop. A perfect place to be for summer fun. Don't forget, give them a call at 462-5250. So many great events. The Clippers, as we do this contest on a Monday night, enjoying the company of the Indianapolis Indians. The same thing on Tuesday the 25th in Toledo in town on the 26th and 27th, and they hit the road and they'll be back in town on Friday May the 5th to take on Pawtucket and Rochester for a week. As you look at Mr. Barrett, he'll lead it off, followed by Kubonic and Kraus in the 6th inning. It's 5, 6, and 7 in the order to face that man, Denny Lail, who struggled some through the 4th inning of play, and then in the 5th inning gave up another walk, but was able to right the ship and tied at 2 as we go to the 6th inning.
Well, he needs to keep throwing strikes, get that first hitter. The walks have just been the only thing that killed him back in the 4th. 2 walks and then that double by Gubonic, and that's been the 2 runs they got. 2-2.
The other thing that I mentioned too is the fact that you said let him hit it.
Let him hit it.
So here's Barry. Grounded out in the 2nd and walked and scored on that 2-run double by Creighton in the 4th inning of play. Want to know the count on Barry?
We're taking predictions today on where Ken Griffey Jr. would finish for his stats. Average home runs and RBIs.
Got a piece of that one at the plate. I will say he'll hit 280 and hit 31 homers.
How many?
31.
And ribbies?
97.
You were kind of down where a lot of the low guys were. We had a guy had him hitting 266 with 34 and 99. I gave him 272 with 43 and 127.
127, 2-1. This
Sure.
is 3-1 the count.
He better drive in 1. Now Larkin going down probably hurt him a little bit, but he's done nothing. He's still got 5 home runs and 18 RBIs, hitting 203.
Had 2 of those homers in one contest against San Francisco last week. The 3-1 to Barrick. Fastball pops high, and again the walk, the bugaboo for Denny Lail, and a leadoff runner on here in the 6th inning. That'll bring up Creighton Kubonic, and he's the reason this contest is tied. Let's see if they get some stirring in the bullpen for the Clippers.
I would hope so. I'd get those guys going. We're in the 6th. He's only given up 3 hits, but the walks have killed him. Whether he's being too fine to those lefties or what. But he walked Tyler to lead off the 4th. He's walked Barrick, I should say, to lead off the 6th.
Giving up 5 walks in this contest. Saw that one back behind the plate. 0-1 the count on Kubonic. As we said, walked in the 2nd, had that 2-run double in the 4th inning. Clippers with 2 runs in the 1st inning thanks to a 2-run homer by Felix Jose. And Robinson with a single to right field. That's been it from a hit standpoint for Columbus. And for Lail, the next pitch will be pitch number 95. Runner stays, fastball stays high and tight, and we are about ready to get some stirring in the bullpen for the Clippers. Looks like it'll be Craig Dingman. He answers the bell. Check of the runner, the 1-1. Fastball in there for a strike, 1-2.
Convinced after watching Gubanek twice. His third time now, he's an off-speed hitter. He's looking for the breaking ball. He hadn't looked good on the fastball. He's taken the fastball, and he hit that slider for a double down the right field line. Looking for something off-speed, slider, curve change. Fastball ties him up.
Interesting stat on him that'll pass along in just a second. As Loyal steps off. And the 1-2. Call third strike. Fastball inside corner. Gubanek is history. 1 down, 1 on here in the 6th. The first 5 hits by Gubanek this season either tied or gave the Indians the lead. He did that with his prior hit in this contest. Take a look at this pitch one more time.
Yeah, good fastball running inside. So he ties him up with that fastball. He doesn't like that fastball, at least on the inside half of the plate. He either took it or swung through it. Now in each of his at bat, the double was on a slider out away. He went to right field with it.
1 out, and that one tails away from the right-handed hitter at the plate right now. It's Scott Krause. Want to know the count? He struck out and struck out.
Yeah,
both plate appearances.
Same way, they're working him inside with that fastball. They showed him the slider away, and they pounded him twice inside and got him to strike out. One swinging, one looking.
The 1-0.
There it is.
On the inside corner, 1-1. So you can see the pattern setting up for Krause.
Doesn't like the ball in the inside half. The fastball running in on his hand. Like I said, out away, extend the arm. So if they throw it away, they'll get it out of the strike zone. If they come inside, they'll keep it on the inside half.
Which would make you understand why he was a power hitter a couple of years ago. And then he saw the numbers drop when they got the book on him. They figured out if you jam him inside, you can prevent him from hitting the long ball. And his power numbers dropped from 26 homers in '98 to 15 in '99.
Reminds you a lot of Dwight Evans. Used to play the Red Sox. Kind of same build. Looks a lot like him. The same swing.
Does he have a mustache?
Same stance.
No mustache, though.
No mustache.
1-2 the count. Tom Krause, runner stays. Waits on that one. Sends it to right field. Wilcox with an adventure in right field because the wind is just taking that, and he makes the catch just on the fair side of the line for the outs. And there's 2 down now in the 6th inning. That'll bring up Damon Hollins, the center fielder.
Also for 3 now. Got the fastball out away, but was late on it. Popped it up to right field.
And again, here's a guy that you said challenging Hollins, although remember he lined one out to deep center field his first time up and then had that single back in the 4th inning. So he's 1 for 2 and a trip to the mound now by Rick Tomlin, the pitching coach for the Clippers. Dingman hasn't been warming up that long. You would think this is more conversation than anything, would you not?
Yeah, this is conversation. You want to get this guy because the next inning you lead off with the number 9 hitter. You don't want to go to the number 9 hitter and then the next inning come back if you get the number 9 hitter with the leadoff hitter. So this is a guy you don't want to walk. You want to make him hit it. Hollins hit the little tapper infield hit, right? The little number just past the mound. They want to make sure they get this guy right here.
And he has shown Wayne in the past that he is susceptible to the slider. So let's see if they jam him with fastballs or go with the slider here with 2 down. Rick Tomlin has had his conversation and retreats to the dugout with 2 outs. Top of the 6th, tied at 2, 2-3-0 for the Indians, 2-2-0 for the Clippers. As we said, the Indians top team in the West. Clippers, though, just a game back. First pitch to Hollins. On the corner for a strike, 0-1 with the slider.
Good slider there, too. Outside half. That's a good pitch. Spin the slider over for a strike, get a hit.
Watch the sign from Valencia now. Let's see if they go outside again or if they try to go inside with
slider
that
again.
Fastball. No, they're going out to the corner again. This time he doesn't fish. It's 1-1. Now, the wind was not a factor early on. We didn't think it was going to be that strong, but started blowing out to left field and then made a rapid change when the sun started going down, blowing in. Temperature dropped from 64 degrees at game time to about 50 with the wind chill right now. It's probably in the upper 40s. 1-1 the count on Hollins. With Barrick the runner at first. This time's that swing again with a slider. 1-2 the count.
Steady diet of slider. See if they stay with it. Looks like he doesn't like the slider. Probably a good high fastball hitter. Anything down, anything with a spin on it, he doesn't like it. But they do. Now they're coming back inside with the fastball.
Yeah, they're going to try to do that, but he left it over the plate. And luckily, he mistimed the swing. He was late on the swing, so we'll do it again at 1-2. Well, I would say you don't mess with success here, and you go with the slider again.
Yeah, now they'll go back away.
Short lead by Barrick down at first.
Nope.
They're going back inside, but a snap throw instead to first, and Kurt is back at time.
Beauty of that center field camera, isn't it? not only see the signal for the pitch. Going back out.
Now for the slider. Bounces in. Nice stop there by Valencia as it goes about 59 feet. Count evens now 2 balls and 2 strikes on Hollins, with Lopez, the second baseman, on deck, number 9 in the order. 2-2. Got him going for that slider outside, and again he couldn't find it. Went fishing a lot. The bait was effective. He came up empty-handed. We have played 5.5. Mr. McGinnis behind the plate has the baseball. Mr. Leal on the mound has the strikeout. We go to the bottom of the 6th, and we are tied at 2.
People have come to expect the finest quality and best selection from Kroger. That's what makes us a value leader. But when we add convenient locations, the widest variety of frozen foods, fine quality meats cut just the way you want, the freshest selection of quality baked goods and dairy products, warm, friendly service, double manufacturer's coupons, and over 6,000 special red tag prices every day. That's what makes us your total value leader.
Max hits at 8. The best we've got. Every night in April. Max hits at 8 in April.
Call Insight at 236-1200 to order Cinemax.
Welcome back to Cooper Stadium. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning of play. We are tied at 2 between the Indians and the Clippers. And you don't think Wayne Hare has a big appetite? I am currently holding his supper in my hands right now. Does he love White Castles or not? See Wayne's supper there on the outside of the box. Take a look inside there. He started one already.
I haven't eaten one yet.
What you crave would be an understatement there.
Those are yours.
At 10 cents a burger, there's about $3 worth of burgers there. You'll have those done by the 8th inning.
Don't tempt me. There you go. Randy's dinner.
Now you know why the chefs for Wayne Hare always have a hernia. So we go to the bottom of the 6th inning of play.
Don't drop those on the net, by the way.
We're tied at 2. Now get this thing out of here.
Put those in the winning clubhouse.
Put it in the Wayne Hare Winnebago. All right, we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Clippers. Valencia to lead it off. Tied at 2. First offering from D'Amico. Tell you what, he has been solid out there since that first inning and that home run to Jose. He only gave up one other hit, and that was the one to Robinson to right field. And he's done a solid job out there for the Indians.
I'm impressed with both sides. They're just throwing strikes, doing great jobs, and what a breath of fresh air for a baseball game, isn't it?
0-2 the count, yeah. Unlike the games that you like at 13-11, it's good to see a 2-2 contest, Wimpy. Got on everyone, didn't I? V squared at the plate. And the 0-2, check swing. Did he go too far? They appeal, and he is rung up by first base umpire Scott Packard, a strikeout victim to start off the 6th inning.
Tough from our angle to tell, Randy. I didn't think he went. He got it at first base. Maybe you can see it from center field. The pitch. Oh yeah, he probably did. Yep.
Strikeout.
Wrist came through, broke the wrist, out of there.
Number 5 for D'Amico, top of the order we go, and here's Kerry Robinson. And again, look at Fernandez down at 3rd. He's saying, I smell short game. Instead, on the right side, and a base hit. How about that? Each time they think it's going to be the short game, and Robinson now with 2 hits in this contest. The Clippers have only 3, and he's got 66.7% of them.
Now Barrick respected that speed too. He was in just on the cut of the cutout there, so he's in, third baseman in. Great advantage for the guys who can run a little bit, because they can hit that, spank that ground ball right by the third baseman or the first baseman. The Clippers have something going, 1 down. Let's see if they can move him up and get him in.
Action in the bullpen. A left-hander warming up now down the left field side for the Indians. It looks to be Ray King who's up and throwing, and there's J.P. Roberge and his updated numbers and his stats in this contest. Now you got a lightning guy down at first base, and they know that. D'Amico keeps an eye on it.
Threw him out on the straight steal last time. Got to protect him. Maybe get work the count in the hitter's favor and play a little run and hit.
Yeah, Gubonic threw him out the last time. I mean, that was all Gubonic, because he made a monster throw, a perfect throw, and Perez just held his glove out the shortstop, and he went right into the baseball, slid right into the tag. Slices that one foul out of play, 0-1 the count. So
Roberge takes a shot at right field and fouls it off to the right side.
Action in each bullpen now. Left field and right field side. Again, it is Dingman up for the Clippers and King up for the Indians. And a big game, as we said, for the teams fighting for the top spot in the IL West. 0-1 the count. To JP. Fastball on the inside corner. He didn't think so. Thought it was too far inside. 0-2 the count. Trey Hillman coaching down at third and Hop Cassidy down at first. And there's Mr. King of the bullpen for the Indians. Made a couple of late acquisitions for the pen, both of them left-handers. Robinson with his lead. The 0-2. Got a piece of that one. And they throw down to second anyway. 0-2 the count.
Well, that's what you got to be a number 2 hitter. Now you got 2 strikes. You got to move that runner up somehow. He took with no strikes, took a shot at right field, fouled it off. Had a tough pitch to handle on the inside corner. Now you're behind the count 0-2. Somehow you got to get that guy over to second base where a single will score him.
And John Zuper to follow here in the 6th inning, tied at 2. Starters still in there, and D'Amico for the Indians and Lale for the Clippers. The 0-2 before we have it. Throw to first, and again, Robinson back in time. You know, Robinson not normally the leadoff hitter for the Clippers. Donzel McDonald sees a lot of the duty leading off, and Gary taking advantage of his opportunities, seeing that he hits from the left-hand side. The 0-2 runner goes. Fastball inside. The snap throw down there, and he is in there safely. A wicked hop for the shortstop Perez to try to handle, and it's a stolen base for Gary Robinson.
And in defense of Gubonic, that ball's way inside. Tough pitch to handle for the catcher. Look how far inside. You know, he's got to come and catch it and then throw over him. And he's in there. Now you really get 2 shots at him. Even though he's behind in the count, Roberge gets a shot to drive him in, and then you got Zuber, the left-handed hitter, next. That's why they got that lefty in the bullpen. This might be the last hitter for D'Amico.
Gary's first stolen base of the season. He's in scoring position with 1 out, 1-2 the count on the Clippers' second baseman. And look at the shortstop, Perez, where he's pitched towards second base there. Huh? Trying to keep Robinson honest. Fans want a ball called. Instead, we'll have a conversation as Gubonic will go out to the mound to talk to D'Amico. King just gave the signal in the bullpen that he's ready. And Dingman has been throwing plenty of time for the Clippers, so he's ready as well. 1-2 the count, 1 down in the 6th inning.
Almost like Gubonic called that, not the hitter.
Yep.
And making sure they are on the same page as far as the signs go.
Trey Hillman looking for a little more traffic down at third. Hop Cassidy coaching down at first. The 1-2. Fernandez looks the runner back, throws. Well, I tell you, he is solid at third base, isn't he?
Yeah, he's been very impressive. Good glove, strong arm. In fact, last year in Ottawa, I thought he was a pretty good player, too. He had some pretty good numbers and played good defense.
Take a look at that one more time. Ranges nicely to his left, goes down to meet the baseball and rights himself, and he's got a strong arm. He could make it there flat-footed, but gets that lead step and throws it in time for the second out.
He's third baseman in Milwaukee.
You are.
I got you there, Mr. Cirillo.
Not anymore.
Yeah, he's in Colorado.
He moved on to the Rockies. You know who's with the Rockies organization and once again nearly made the big squad?
Nope.
Bubba Carpenter. Ooh. In fact, based on his numbers in the spring, should have made it for the Rockies. I think he's got 4 homers right now on the AAA affiliate for the Rockies, but there's a guy that was always just a heartbeat away in the Yankees organization, so he moves on to the Rockies organization, and maybe he'll get a chance to make it up to the bigs. 1-0 the count on Zuber. You can see what he's done in that contest. That walk preceded the homer by Jose. That accounted for the only scoring for the Clippers in this contest that came back to the first. Robinson at second, the 1-0. There's a strike, 1-1.
Those are the guys you want up there. You get your 3 hitter up, and then your 4 hitter. The guy who hit the home run, Jose. So 2 outs, you need that big hit right here. Then you look for the bullpen to hold them down.
And the fans starting to cheer here at Cooper Stadium, looking for that big base hit, because with the speed that you have down at second, you would think that Robinson has a good chance to score on a single of the outfield. And the daylight play on at second base. Hollins, by the way, the center fielder, is now shading way over towards left. He's moved about 10 feet to his right.
Randy referenced the daylight play. If the shortstop breaks in and the pitcher sees daylight between the runner there on your screen and the shortstop, he'll wheel and throw it over second base.
1-1 the count. The offering. Fastball stays high and tight. 2-1.
You catching up on the news?
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to read the newspaper yet, so I thought I'd kind of catch up on some of the things. Go on without me. 2-1 the count on Zuber. Fastball sinks low and inside. 3-1.
Oh, I wonder if they'll turn Felix Jose around if they lose this guy.
Charlie Hayes is seeing a lot of action at third base for the Brewers. He seems to just hang around in the big leagues. Always a different team, but a guy that can be pivotal for a squad. Think about the fact that he was with the Yankees not too long ago.
Yeah, won a championship there.
3-1 to Zuber. Ooh, boy. Sliced that one, times that a little better. Rolls it down that left field line, and Robinson can walk the home plate.
Yeah,
do it again at 3-2.
He wants that one back. It was up over the plate where he could handle it. He was just trying to drive it into left field. And you're right, he's just a little bit late.
Do it again at 3-2. Tied at 2, bottom of the 6th. Clippers with the runner at second base. Looking to gain ground and do some damage to the Indians. This team beat them twice on Saturday. They had Easter Sunday off. We are live on Monday night here on Sport TV. The 3-2. Right at the middle, off the pitcher. Scooped up by Perez, the shortstop, in time for the out. Well, that's your basic 1-6-3. If you're scoring at home, we'll have to see if D'Amico is okay, but he gets out of the jam. The Clippers strand one. We have played 6. 2/3 of the way home. We are tied at 2, and you are watching Central Ohio Sport Television. And watch your leg if you're Jeff D'Amico.
You know that little red ball from way back when? Well, the lottery's bringing him back again. He's coming to town and he's bringing his friends just 7 little balls before there were 10. Now, this is big news that's sure to please. That red ball's popping up more, you see. So there's more cash for you and me. All you gotta do is pick the right 3.
The Ohio Lottery's red ball is back. Now with less balls and more winners.
Red ball's back better than before. Play the pick 3 game that wins you more.
Giving you a complete view of the world 24 hours a day. The news and information you need is on Time Warner Communications. Beyond the headlines, first on the scene, delivering the coverage you can only get from cable's news leaders. In depth from the experts inside business, sports, weather, politics, and entertainment. Worldwide, up to the minute, 24 hours a day. It's value you can see.
There ain't any other way to put it.
Only on Time Warner Communications.
Wayne, as we go to the 7th inning of play, a pitching change for the Clippers. Craig Dingman is now on the mound.
Yeah, it's 26-year-old right-hander Craig Dingman. He's 1-0 on the young season, 5.79 ERA. He's been in 3 games. Pitched 4 2/3 innings, given up 7 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs. Walked a batter, struck out 5. Opponents are hitting .350 against him, so it's up to Dingman, the setup man here, to get us a couple innings with no runs so we can push one across and go to the closer.
Wayne, Craig has got a great arm, throws strikes, was a setup guy and part-time closer last year when the closer wasn't available in Double-A. Sometimes I think, though, when you got a guy that throws strikes, you have to remember not to throw strikes all the time. And that's perhaps one of the reasons why you see the opponents hitting so well off of him. But a guy that you don't have to worry about throwing strikes. Tough play, backhanded by Zuber. Scoops and gets it to Dingman in time. Nice play. 3-1 if you're scoring at home, and there's 1 down here in the 7th inning. And making the first out was the second baseman, Mickey Lopez.
A great play back there. He went to the backhand. Pulled down the line, watch the backhand. Nice play. Now watch him keep moving as you throw it to the pitcher. That keeps the ball down. Not, you don't stop and then makes the ball elevate over the pitcher's head. Nice play by John Zuber.
That's a great point. People don't understand that, Wayne, why you keep the movement towards first base.
You have to keep that little toss down. You see it all the time on the lower levels of baseball where the first base will come up, stop, plant his foot, and the ball goes straight up in the air.
And instead do that alley-oop like they're playing basketball. Instead, 1 down, top of the order we go, and here's Santiago Perez. Hitless in this contest. The 0-1 misses outside, 1-1 the count. It's nice to have Pat McGinnis, our home plate umpire, mic'd in this contest, and our thanks to Pat again and Scott Packard and Mike Billings and Randy Mobley and the International League for allowing us to do that. The 1-1. Sort of a bunt. All the way down to Zuber at first. That thing just stayed up in the air.
That's the drag bunt. You would try to drag it on the ground between the pitcher and first in the kind of that no man's land. But of course he popped it up. See if you can get it. If you can get it over right in here, right in the middle between first and the pitcher, get it on the ground, make the first baseman commit, beat the pitcher to the bag, get a base hit.
I contemplated calling it a drag bunt, but when you get it that high, you're not dragging anything. You
Mickey
are popping
Mantle
that.
used to, when he first came up, had that one down. Of course, he could fly. Beta Pinson. Another one.
Beta Pinson. Guy that saw time for both Ohio baseball teams. Played for both the Indians and the Reds. Saw him play in the Old Timers game, and Riverfront hit a home run. Sometime in the next inning or so, we'll probably check the Wayne Hare scoreboard, so that'll be coming up. 0-1 the count on Luke Collier, who walked back in the 5th inning. Otherwise, a couple of groundouts in this game. 2 down, top of the 7th. Dingman on the mound in relief of Lale.
Oh, no.
Lale, 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, walked 5, struck out 5, threw 107 pitches. And it's now up to the pride of Wichita, Kansas, Craig Dingman. Collier looks a little slow tonight at the plate.
Yeah, maybe he had too much ham on Easter.
I'm working with one. Randy Choate, a left-hander for the Clippers, warming up in the bullpen. See, after 15 years, the timing is even the same. 1-2 the count on Collier from Dingman. Called third strike, fastball on the corner. Collier is history, and so are the Indians in the top of the 7th inning. Everybody up. It's time to stretch. Whiff time for Mr. Collier. After 6.5, the score: Indianapolis 2, Columbus 2.
Make a break for McDonald's.
Introducing great breaks from McDonald's. Now every Monday you can enjoy a tempting hamburger for just 39 cents. Wednesdays our classic cheeseburger is just 49 cents. And any day of the week you can sink your teeth into an irresistible double cheeseburger for just 99 cents. Those are the breaks. Mondays, Wednesdays, and every day.
You deserve a break today. Did somebody say McDonald's?
Mark the beginning of a new millennium with an explosion of color.